Calling to order the regular meeting of the Wheeling Plan Commission for Wednesday, January 11th, 2023. Please stand for the pledge. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Commissioner Casper.
Present.
Commissioner Heiken.
Here.
Commissioner Berkey.
Here.
Commissioner Sprague is here. Commissioner Riles.
Here.
Commissioner Meyer is off with previous notice. Chairman Johnson.
Here. Ms. Nyes, any changes to the agenda this evening?
No changes.
All right, citizens' concerns and comments. Looks like we just have the two petitioners here. So we have no consent items, so we'll move right on to docket number PC 22-17, request for minor building appearance approval to permit the installation of awnings at Hughes Mandarin, 600 South Milwaukee. Ms. Nyes?
Yeah, so Hughes Mandarin was in last year for major site plan and building appearance approval when they redid for the building renovation and the site renovation. After that, they installed awnings. They did not know that they needed to come back for an additional review. So the awnings are already up, and there's 8 of them. As you can see here, 7 on the east side and 1 on the north side. The staff has no concerns with this and no conditions.
All right. Petitioner, you want to come up and... I don't know what needs to be added, but if you have anything to add.
I'm Kevin Wong. I'm presenting the owner for the Hughes Mandarin. Yeah. So, they asked the approval from the village board for the awning. Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll just see if the commissioners have anything. Let's start with Commissioner Casper.
No, I think it's the building is, the appearance to me is stunning. I think it looks very nice.
Commissioner Heiken.
No questions. I also agree. The building looks very nice.
Okay, great.
Commissioner Berkey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No questions, but I was curious as to when you're planning to open up.
You mean when?
I'm sorry?
So what was it?
When are you going to be finished and open?
The owner was planning to open by the end of the month.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, hopefully, I mean, they still have some, the heating system is brand new, but it's not working.
No.
So the contractor tried to, never show up to come back to take care of it, so.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's about it. We're looking forward to it, though. Thanks.
Okay, yep.
Commissioner Sprague.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I hope the food is as good as the building looks.
Oh yeah. I mean, I really had to say that because I've been trying the food in Vernon Hill. It's not that good. I'm sorry to say that. But the one in Zupas is awesome.
Great.
Yep.
The building looks fantastic. Nice,
yeah.
nice job.
Great.
That's all I have.
Commissioner Riles.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you and appreciate it because I'm familiar with the location in Schaumburg.
Oh, okay.
So it's a welcome addition and we're looking forward to it. So thank you.
Okay, great.
All right, and I had nothing to add. Any other questions? Nope. Do we have any conditions on this, Marcy?
No conditions.
All right, in that case, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Casper Berkey.
Yeah.
Commissioner Casper.
Aye.
Commissioner Berkey.
Yes.
Commissioner Heiken.
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes. Commissioner Riles.
Yes.
Chairman Johnson.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So do we still have to pay the fee?
Yeah, I'll be in contact with you about
okay.
the next steps.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
have a good night.
Thank you. All right, next up is docket PC 22-18, request for minor site plan and building appearance approval in order to permit a warming shelter at Café Zupas, 1590 Lake Cook Road. Ms. Nyes?
I think I'll let the applicant talk, but we don't have any proposed conditions on this one either, and staff is fine with this.
Okay. State your name and
Sure.
business address for the record.
Edgar Separitis, I'm the Vice President of Development for Café Zupas. We are looking to really create a little bit safer environment somewhere for our team members that are outside facilitating the drive-through, when there aren't cars stacked up so that they don't have to walk in and out of the restaurant. They can go into this little warming hut to stay out of the poor weather this time of year. As you can see, it's a steel building with white siding. It will blend into the existing appearance that basically it'll be invisible. But it's just a little area of safety and comfort for our team members. As I'm sure you can appreciate, it's hard to keep team members in the first place, and we don't need other reasons for them not to want to be there. So,
All right. Let's see if commissioners have anything. Let's start at the other end. Commissioner Riles.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good, good. I don't really have any questions. I like the idea of protecting and looking out for the welfare of your employees. Honestly, I was not aware that they were outside handling business and taking care of the customers that way. So I appreciate that, and I think it's a novel idea. I don't really have any precise questions for you, but I appreciate the fact that you are considering, the welfare of your workers and your employees.
Yeah, thank you. It's what makes us go.
So thank you.
Commissioner Sprague.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening.
Good evening.
I noticed there's an irrigation valve in ground right where that shelter is being shown to be placed. Are you planning on moving that then, or?
We will, I imagine, work around it or move it if we have to. I mean, we have to put a foundation in for the shelter, so.
In order to miss that irrigation valve, you'll wind up moving it to the north enough that it's going to be partially behind that kiosk. I don't know if you're aware of that or not.
I'll have to defer to our design.
Yeah. Well, make a note that valve is there.
Okay.
Also, you have about 4.5 feet from the back of the shelter that you want to put into the utility cabinets, the electric cabinets that are on the wall of the building. And I think that's a sufficient amount to be able to open those cabinets, but you have some bushes back there that are completely impeding any access to that stuff. So I would like to recommend that you move those bushes so that the access is easier to get to those.
Yeah, I know we have to
utility
extend the
cabinets.
sidewalk in order to make it ADA compliant to get to this. So there are some things that we've had to consider to locate this. And so, I'll take a look at with our design guys, the landscaping if we need to move it. You're talking about access to the electrical, the breaker panels.
That's on the wall of the building.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So, okay.
Yeah, actually, if I could just jump in, we did address those two items with the designers. And I believe the irrigation, there was a note that it was going to be, I don't remember where it is. It says it's going to be, it says general contractor to modify existing irrigation as required. So it's probably going to shift. They do know that. I don't know if you can see, it's number 5 here. And then initially the building was closer to the main building, and they did have to make it smaller and move it closer to the curb in order to make enough room for them to be able to open the cabinets on the wall.
Yeah.
while keeping the bush.
Okay.
So we did address that with them.
Right.
I think it's just.
Well, the bush
hard to
that's there now, the existing one, is, you can't get to the,
No, that one's coming out.
oh, okay.
Well, it's coming out, and I believe a new one is supposed to go back in, but we can have them just take a look if there's enough room when it comes time. But we did discuss with them, and they did think there was going to be enough room, because that shelter now is pushed way to the curb, and it is smaller than it was initially going to be. So the bush that's there now is going to be removed, and a new one will be put, but it's going to be much closer to the new building than the existing building.
Okay. All right. The reason why I bring it up is if that isn't changed, if ComEd shows up to do any kind of work there, they'll change it.
Yeah.
Right.
So just so you're aware of that.
Okay, thank you.
And then the irrigation valve, I don't know if.
Yeah,
is
they
that
didn't tell us
either-
exactly how they're going to change it.
Okay.
I think it's something that's just going to be done in the field.
All right. Okay, great. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Berkey?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No questions.
Commissioner Heiken?
I have no questions, thank you.
And Commissioner Casper?
No questions, but I have a comment. I'm embarrassed to admit that I've never been to your restaurant. But when I saw the drawing where you have a drive-through lane and a digital pickup lane and clearly marked signage, I think that's a tremendous idea. I'm someone who's waited way too long in a drive-up lane, so I'm just going to have to come over and try your restaurant. Just because you're doing this, you're making it easier for your customers. Thank you.
Well, our drive-through queues are so short because you have the mobile option, which will tell you when your meal's ready. You come in parallel to those that are ordering either at the kiosks or with a team member. You merge in ahead of those at the time. If your meal's ready, when it should be, pick it up, already paid, go. It's a 20-second visit at the window. And it just keeps the queue going and doesn't stack into the parking lots like there's others that I'm sure we've all experienced. I don't know why you wouldn't go inside at that point, but.
Anything else?
That's all. Thank you.
All right. Now, the employee that's out here, they're not actually taking orders, or they are?
So there's two kiosks where you can place orders. If there's cars at both those kiosks, the employee has an iPad, and they will take orders just to facilitate the process and just keep cars moving so they do not stack up. We don't, we do not want guests to sit in their cars waiting to order. When you get to the window, if your order's not ready, we'll ask you to pull into the parking lot, so to clear that, and then a team member will bring your meal out to you in the parking lot.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Just real quick, forgive me, because I was unaware. When was this put in place, the drive-through? Because I go to Café Zupas. I haven't been there in a while, but I didn't
So
know
COVID
this. Yeah,
really created the huge demand.
Right.
There's always a demand for drive-through, but COVID really increased that demand. We never, one of those concepts, we never want drive-through. We want people to come inside. For those who've been to Café Zupas, we spend a lot of time and energy on the inside and, feel it's a nice presentation. And we want you to see the open kitchen. We make all of our soups, salads, in the restaurant. Mm-hmm. So we want you to see that. COVID really created a huge demand for, let's just get our food and go, So we started adding drive-throughs. This was a Fifth Third Bank that had a perfectly good drive-through that we tore off. If you remember when it came through the first time in the Planning Commission. So then we added it back on when the demand was there. So immediately post-COVID, we added it back. We had a kind of a temporary kind of hybrid drive-through in the parking lot during COVID that, the city was very gracious in, allowing us some flexibility with a quasi drive-through working out of the front door. But it allowed us to keep our team members employed and the restaurant open, so.
Okay. No, because I attend, well, I don't attend, I buy food from you guys.
Thank you.
And I was there during COVID, so I remember, you had the little tents or something
Yeah, with
out.
the heater outside.
Yeah, so I remember that, but I was unaware of this, and just wanted to know when it was
Yeah,
implemented.
last couple of years.
Okay.
It was actually approved almost exactly 2 years ago, January 4th, 2021.
Okay. Well, it's a welcome addition, and thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, and any other questions? Nope. And Marcy, you said there's no conditions?
No.
So how about a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes. Commissioner Riles?
Yes.
Commissioner Casper?
Yes.
Commissioner Heiken?
Yes.
Commissioner Berkey?
Yes.
Chairman Johnson?
Yes.
Okay, so it's approved here, and now you just move through the building permit process.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Have a good night.
All right, next, approval of minutes of the regular meeting of December 21st, 2022, including the finding of fact for docket number 2022-39 and docket number 2022-45. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Casper Berkey.
It was Heiken and Berkey.
Heiken.
Was it Heiken?
Heiken and Berkey.
Was that?
Heiken and Berkey.
Heiken.
Oh, I'm sorry. Commissioner Heiken?
Yes.
Commissioner Berkey?
Yes.
Commissioner Casper?
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes. Commissioner Riles?
Yes.
Chairman Johnson?
Yes. Other business. Ms. Nyes, what do you got for us? Got a paper. That's a good sign.
Okay, prepared today. So, West Town Bakery, that's the one attached to the dispensary. So just West Town Bakery is hoping to open by the end of the month. And these really aren't like huge things,
Hey, that's,
but I'm providing
Progress.
something. And a new furniture store, Calwaria Furniture, is going to open at 82 East Dundee. That's the strip mall.
where they wanted the arcade.
Yes.
Where is that?
Remember where the arcade was going to come in? Where the old Napa was?
Right up the
That little
street
strip mall.
It just,
Oh, Napa, yeah.
yeah, it's going to be a furniture store.
Oh, interesting.
I think they
That's
already
it.
moved furniture in there.
Yes, there
here.
is.
Yeah, I saw a sign in the window already.
Yeah, yep. That's it.
All right. Anyone else have any other business? Commissioner Casper, anything?
No, sir.
Commissioner Heiken?
No, sir.
Commissioner Berkey?
No, thank you.
Commissioner Sprague?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have nothing.
And Commissioner Riles?
I just want to mention District 21. I'm impressed with the progress that's being made on Dundee. And I don't know, is there business being conducted in there now? I've seen the parking
It
lot.
appears to be
It's pretty
some stuff
packed.
going on.
Yeah, I saw a lot of movement, cars and people milling around, so I was kind of surprised because I figured they still had a lot of work to do inside, but it seems like it's coming along pretty well, and it looks good. Driving in from the west heading east on Dundee Road, for me personally, it looks good.
It's a big building.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
See it from my backyard.
Yep.
Let's see, what else? Guess I have nothing. Oh, the Indian Trails Library is having their used book sale this weekend. So if you can get over there.
Oh, the ribbon cutting, Monday.
Well, you don't have to tell us about that because I don't
Oh,
have
there's
any
a
information.
ribbon cutting at Fire Pizza on Lake Cook Road on Monday at 4 o'clock.
All right. That one was news to me. Anything else? Then how about a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you for the visual cue.
No problem.